OM1 Aspen is our automated solution for integrated evidence generation. It is a tech-enabled, network-based research platform that delivers scalable and reusable projects in a cost-efficient and effective manner. We use our proprietary data acquisition, processing, and enrichment capabilities to deliver these studies. When we think of automation, we really think about it in two ways, and it's imperative that we are enabling efficiency across the project lifecycle. And it's anchored on our belief that real-world data is valuable, and if the data exists in the patient record, we need to go get it and not waste our time collecting it twice. So with that in mind, from a technology standpoint, we have the capability to ingest data from an EMR. We can ingest both structured and unstructured data. We can process that data and link it, and that can be linked to various other data sources or prospectively collected data. So with that, that's the automation around the data collection and processing. And then operationally, we really think about how to have ready access to the data through our specialized data networks and sites. And so we can essentially turn on a study very quickly, knowing that we have the right sites with the right patients and the right data. So we can turn on a site and then we can build this evidence network that can be reusable in the future for new use cases. Traditional methods tend to be linear in nature and discrete projects that go in sequence, and this can be very time-consuming and costly. We're really thinking about a more adaptive approach where we're creating this flexible model where you can do a number of different things with the data and with the site relationships that you have. So again, using this combination of technology and the site relationships and the depths of the data, you can do things in a much faster, cost-effective way. So we are really addressing historical challenges around patient and site burden, the cost of scale and long timelines, and then study bias. So we are able to collect large volumes of data quickly and then again reuse that infrastructure for new use cases moving forward. So it's more of an ecosystem and a flexible approach that actually gets to insights faster. We can really support across the development life cycle and across segments, so large, small pharma, device diagnostic. But as sort of alluded to in my previous comments, we really are addressing some issues around burden to sites and patients, cost of scale and long timelines, and then study bias. So with that in mind, we really, our sweet spot is playing in studies that need large volumes of patient data and have long timelines. So this can be product or disease registries, post-marketing commitments, anything with a long-term follow-up required. Anything where you need sort of to reduce patient and site burden. This can be with pediatric populations or other unique populations where you want to really minimize burden. So those are the areas that we can play, but we can really sort of navigate in any type of study and study design within the different stakeholder groups at pharma and device. The regulatory guidance around use of real-world data and generation of real-world evidence is guidelines. It's not necessarily prescriptive in any way. So it's really important to understand sort of the current view coming from the regulators to understand how to design the study for execution. So firstly, we have experts in-house at OM1 that are both regulatory experts, and then we have clinicians and epidemiologists and biostats who understand how to design a study effectively. And then importantly, from a technology and a data standpoint, we've got the transparency and the fit for purpose of what we're doing. That is, so it's a technology solution that is underpinned by our processes and procedures around how we're collecting the data and tracing that data for chain of custody from start to finish. So that's really important in terms of regulatory submission. So it's both sort of the know-how of how to design the study, what the regulators are accepting, and then the traceability of the data. We have a number of different studies that have successfully used this. I'll give you two different examples. One is a large diagnostic company that is going for a label expansion on a cancer screening assay and needed large volumes of data, we have over 500,000 patient records, getting data from disparate sources. So we were able to really create this longitudinal patient review from various different data sources quickly to get the numbers needed for this regulatory submission. So that's one regulatory use case. Another is in a rare disease population where we were tracking patient-reported and caregiver-reported outcomes of the burden of disease after treatment is initiated. So really seeing the different views of what's going on with the patient and a prospective data collection linked to the patient record. And so it's that patient level linking and enrichment moving forward that's really important. So that's sort of burden of disease in a rare population.